Good morning, YouTube golfers. It's just after 6 AM here in Trinidad and I am heading up to the golf course again and going to do another shoot 35 challenge on the front nine. Did the back nine last week, we'll be back on the front nine this week, so looking forward to that, see if we can get any further than where we did, which was by the tree on the 8th hole. Last week, a degree of success on the back nine where we got up, was it 7 yards from the pin on the 17th, so not a bad benchmark to set for when we go back there. Had a couple of frustrating social rounds over the past few days with my buddies. One of them, I started off with an 8, a quadruple bogey on the first, so I'm hoping for better than that today. That wasn't great, but I did end up shooting 42 on the front nine. My handicap's crept up to 13, and so I get 7 shots on the front nine, and that means I was actually 1 under my handicap. And so not too bad considering the quadruple bogey. So we'll see how we get on today on the front nine. Another social round, I had a disaster. I shot in the 90s and really anything that could go wrong did go wrong, particularly around my chipping. And again, I know that I need to improve that part of my game, but I'm holding off on that to do a proper 28-day challenge where I'll focus on chipping to improve that aspect. But yeah, it becomes terribly frustrating, particularly how bad my chips are. I know I need a lot of improvement. So actually last night, without doing any practice, I did end up falling down the rabbit hole of YouTube and watching some stuff where, you know, Dan Greaves 3 releases. I also watched Ian Poulter do a session with Rick Shields, and me and My Golf did a session with Peter Finch. So somewhat heartening that the guys of that caliber still need to fine-tune their game, especially Rick Shields, who was saying that, you know, he really does not look forward to putting, and he would chipping, and he would rather take a putter from anywhere around the green. But it was great to see the lesson that he had with Ian Poulter, and they did some great work, and by the end of it, Rick Shields was, you know, chipping really well, which you would expect for a player of that caliber. So yeah, I know at the end of the day when I'm not practicing it, I can't complain too much. Well, I'm a golfer, I'm a moody golfer, so of course I'm going to complain. You know, I wonder why I'm not the world's best chipper, even though I never practice it, and I always complain that I'm not very good at it. But today, looking forward to it, looking forward to playing the front nine. Let's see how far we get, and I will see you the other side. Well, it wasn't the best tee shot in the world there, but not too bad. It's in play, and it gives us 189 to the pin. A little bit of breeze behind us, but it's very soggy. I'm going to go with a 5 iron. Hopefully that will get us there. Well, I caught that a bit well, really happy with that, and found it up like 30 yards through the back. So that'll play my 58 on, hopefully get a nice chip. Well, I didn't really fully commit to that chip, but I know they're the things that I need to work on. I'll use the putter from here. Let's see how we can do it. Come on. Oh, not bad at all. Happy with that. we escape with a bogey. Well, happy to escape with a bogey there. And we're now onto the second hole. It's the slight dog leg left. I'll take my driver, try and go over the top of that tree, get into the fairway over there. Oh no. Oh dear. I ended up away out here. I've not got a line to the pin because of that tree, but I'm 147 away. I'm going to try and punch a 5-iron up there and then hopefully chip onto the green. Oh. Well, I ended up rushing myself there because other people about on the tee, but that happens. Just a bad shot. It's the kind of shot I'm liable to now and again. But left 104, playing 111 in, played my gap wedge there as you've seen. I think I've left myself about a 10-foot putt. Let's see if we can go and save par. Right, come on. Let's see if we can put a nice stroke on this. Should break left to right quite a bit. Oh, not a bad effort at all. Not bad. And another bogey. Well, happy to get away with bogey after that second shot. The third shot was decent, gave me a little chance. Wasn't far away with the putt, but ultimately bogey not too bad. On the third tee now, long par 5, down the hill. Downwind as well today. Let's see what we can do here. Well, I flirted with the out of bounds on the left there a little bit. Stayed in play, caught the top of a tree, I think, but I seen it bounce down there. So we'll still have a long way into the green, probably just be playing an iron down the fairway and try and get myself closer to the green. But at least I'm in play, that's the main thing. Glad to get out today after we had the rain earlier. Delayed us a little bit, had to wait, so I just grabbed a little bit of breakfast, had a little meat lover's omelette, chilled and waited for the rain to clear. I've got that DJI Osmo Pocket 3, so can't really use this in the rain at all, so that's why I held off to see if I could film the round. So now we're on the third hole, hopefully it will stay dry. Okay, so here yeah, the tree took a bit off of it. It's wet today as well. Let's see what we've got. We've got 268 playing 254 into the green. So yeah, just knock an iron down there and try and make sure we get on the green in 3. Okay, so we've knocked it to here. That was a 5-iron. I've still got 71 playing 68. So I'm just off the fairway, so I can't take a preferred lie. A bit of mud on the ball. I'm going to hit my 50. Oh, dear. Oh, you try my 50 again, see if I can do a bit better this time. Not brilliant, but it's on there. It's not another duff. Okay, should be a left to righter here. Oh, let's see if we can try and save par. Oh, well, I've got a few close today, so that's not too bad. But another bogey. Well, that complete lack of confidence with my wedges does hurt me, hurts my scoring. I mean, that was a terrible shot, the third one. But again, a shot I am more than capable of playing like that, more often than not. But yeah, love to get better at my chipping. That, like I keep on saying, that'll be another 28-day challenge. But I did gorge myself on YouTube videos last night with chipping, with a bit of Dan Grieve. I watched Rick Shields get his session with Ian Poulter, which was good, and Peter Finch working with me and my golf, and that was more the distance Peter Finch was working on. He was obviously much better even to start with than me, and finished amazing. So I'll get better eventually. Not a bad tee shot there. It's in the fairway, so I get my preferred lie. Always happy with that. Plenty of mud on the ball there. And we've got 152 playing 159. So I'm going to go with an 8-iron here. Happy with that shot, and I actually changed to a 7-iron. I felt a bit of wind in the face and just felt might need the extra club. So we'll see where we ended up. Delighted with the strike though. Got to be happy with that, and we'll see where the golfing gods take us. Right, okay, probably 8-iron was the club then. But very, very happy with the strike. Okay. Come on, let's see if watching these videos has paid off in any kind of way. So I'm going to try my 50. Oh. Not too bad. Well, not a bad little chip, left me 9 foot. Just now, my ability, that's really as good as I am getting. So happy to be on the green, happy to have the opportunity of a par putt. Come on, nice roll. I just pushed it away out there, I thought it would break more than that, but that was definitely a push. Another bogey. We are on the bogey train. Choo choo! Well, not a bad little chip. Ended up with a bogey. Wasn't close with that putt though. It'd have been nicer if I had a better roll like some of the other holes, but take a bogey and move on. We're on the par 3 now, and let's have a look. We have got 159 playing 150 into the pin. Slight breeze into us. I think I'll play my 8. That's poor. I'm going to try my 58 again. Poor tee shot, but didn't feel confident with that at all. Really probably should have went for my 9 and hopefully I've got through the ball. But is what it is. Right, what can we do from here? Oh, too much. Sit. Oh. Actually, I'm not going to be hugely disappointed with that. You know, it's one of my better efforts. I just got a bit quick on it and sent it too far. Use the putter from here. Let's see if we can get it close and try and save bogey. You've got to hit it though. Oh dear. Save bogey. Not bad after a really disappointing tee shot and then overcooking the chip, but bogey train, choo choo choo. Well, I suppose got to be happy to get away with a bogey after that, but tee shot was really poor, and that's just now on 25 for shoot 35, so we've only got 10 shots left, so struggling to make an impact. On the par 4 6th now, dog leg left. Let's see if I can get my driver in the fairway and see where we go from there, yeah? Come on, let's have a good one. Well, happy with that tee shot. Went straight down the middle. I was a little concerned with the bird a few yards in front of me. I tried to shoot away, it was having none of it. I think it was enjoying a little feast of insects and worms or whatever. So it wasn't willing to move from its grazing patch. But I've got it done there. I'll have a shot to the green. I think I've just right enough there. And yeah, these kind of rounds seem to happen for me where I just get on the bogey train and can't get off it. Mind you, it's better than the double bogey train or the triple bogey train, which I started getting onto just the other day in my social room with my friends. It was like 8s and 7s and all sorts on the cards. But yeah, just one of those days really. I'm going to have them, ups and downs. Again, all I'm doing is working on the swing speed. Can't say I'm working on my stock shot too much. You know, I'll hit a bucket of balls at the range, but am I purposefully working on something specific? Possibly not. But again, I've decided to compartmentalise things and put it into training blocks. So stock shot will probably come in after I've done chipping and putting. I think that's where I lose probably most of my shots in a round. Then again, if I wanted to improve, people say if you were serious about improving, you would have dealt with them first, but I kind of had my logical sequence of how I wanted to plan these things. So I'm hoping, let's say, by Christmas time, or just into the new year, you'll see a big change in my game. There's a few things I'd like to play in next year. The Trinidad and Tobago Open, you know, particularly if it's hosted here in St Andrews again. And I'd like to go back to St Kitts and Nevis where I was before and play in the club championship over there, or the Open, their Open, the St Kitts Open over there, that be in June. So there's a couple of targets for me to improve and try and go somewhere and play some good golf. A decent tee shot. I've taken my preferred lie, and that's almost all carry. My pitch mark is about half a foot in front of my ball there, so obviously landed and popped back a little bit. A nice tee shot, and we have 169 into the pin. I'm going to go with 7 iron. Okay, be confident. 7 iron it is. Yeah, I felt myself just come up off that one a wee bit there, ended up a little bit short and right. No doubt, little 50 degree, a little gap wedge. Try and chip it on, see if I can get close. Ended up here, take my preferred lie again. Let's see if we can get it on. A little bit stabby, but it worked. Okay, got about a 3.5 footer here to try and save par. Come on. Try and stroke it like you did on the first few holes. Yes. A nice par. up and down. Those videos paid off. Well, delighted with a par there, that up and down. Saved that YouTube binge watch last night with the chip and stuff. Maybe a little bit's paid off. No, I know you need to go and practice it for it to really pay off, but some of the thoughts at least have helped maybe calm me down a little bit and not get overly quick and too stabby, although that one was there. But delighted with that. Got an excited dog in the background. We're now on the par 3 7th, and this is where I start getting ahead of myself now, because that's just on 29 shots for the shoot 35. All of a sudden I'm thinking, well, if I could get a par here, then I'm on to the last hole with 3 shots, so potential to get further than before. Instead of staying in the present, just do what you can on this hole, do the very best you can. So anyway, par 3 7th, we have got, oh my word, 197 playing 200. Okay, I'm going to go with my 5 iron because the yellow pin right at the back. If I go with my 4 and I'm long, then, you know, leave myself a chip back up, which I'm not comfortable with, but then again I'm not comfortable with putts either, so pick your poison. I'm going to go with the 5. Okay, left myself about a 27 footer here. Nice tee shot, happy with that. Back end of the green, but just past the pin. 5 iron was definitely the right club. Now, come on, a nice roll. Oh, oh wow. Oh, nice par, I'll take the par. Oh wow, I really thought that was on its way in. I was getting excited, but yeah, good par. Okay, very happy indeed with that par. Always happy to par that hole. So, on the par 5 8th now, and I've not been feeling confident with my hybrids for the past week, so I'm going to go 1 iron off the tee. That's me thinking safer club, and we've got 3 shots now to try and get further. So I'll take my 4 iron and hopefully get it in play, knock the next one over, and then try and get somewhere near the green. Certainly wasn't the best strike. I think I got myself a little bit unbalanced. I don't know if that was nerves, trying too hard, what. But ultimately, it's worked out okay. It's down here in the middle of the fairway. So, probably going to take a look at it, probably going to take a 5 iron across the other side and see where we go with that. But yeah, a little bit nervous there. Interesting. Right, delighted with that second shot there. We have now got 96 playing 99. We've got this big tree in front of us. Do I try and go over, or do I go under? Oh, right, go for my gap wedge and try and go over. Also, this is shot 35, so where this goes, that's where we end for today. Let's see how close we can get. Oh, pulled. Okay, so that's where we end up. Shot 35 for today. Left greenside bunker. There's the pin over there. And let me just see if we can pace it out. So, heading in the right direction. Well, that ended up being not too bad at all, particularly seeing as I was on the bogey train for quite a bit there. We ended up getting further than we have before, which is the aim of the game. That's the purpose of the shoot 35. How far round can I get in those 35 shots? And to get just a little bit closer to the clubhouse is pleasing. The wedge shot into the green was obviously a little bit disappointing, but I suppose a player at my handicap level, your dispersion, you're going to miss greens left and right probably, so it'll happen. And then, well, you get an opportunity to practice a bunker shot then, I suppose. But yeah, it's pleasing to get a little bit further. Now I need to check in the editing process what the audio is going to be like, because when I went to switch off my microphone after those 35 shots, it was already off. So I don't know how long it had been off or whether it went off when I switched the camera off. So that could be another little YouTube filming lesson for me, to always check that there's a lovely handy green line on this DJI Osmo Pocket 3 to show you that the audio is connected and what the volume level's like. So that'll be a little note to self. Try and remember to check that that's there and working and that the audio is always on. Fingers crossed the audio did work, but like I say, I won't find that out really until I go and do the editing process and see what happens from there. But overall, delighted that we got out. It was a shame that we had a little bit of delay because of the rain, but I stayed patient. I had a lovely little omelette for breakfast, and then I got it for my 9 holes. So I'm glad I hung about, and because we got them in without any more rain, so we stayed dry the rest of the round, apart from being drenched in sweat because it's absolutely roasting here. But yeah, another beautiful day to play golf. Okay, hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you next time.